Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? I'm TubbyGeezer, and first thing I want to say is there's still a potential issue that my streaming PC could just turn off. So I went looking for UPSs the other day because mine died, or mine shut off mid-stream. Which, when this happened to my other one, it just got worse and worse and worse. I found out that the place that I generally go to for computer equipment is only selling like the last generation UPS that I like. And I wanted the newer one, which weirdly enough, while I was there, I looked up on Amazon and it's $30 cheaper for the newer updated model that has better battery life and generally like better longevity. So instead of making the snap decision to spend $180 on an older model, I ordered off Amazon and it should be coming today. However, it's not here yet. So I had my streaming PC on most of the day yesterday, and it didn't die at all. So I'm hoping that this issue is still early enough that we can get through the stream today without it dying. Maybe. Hopefully. Anyway, that being said, we're playing Hand of Fate 2. Hand of Fate 2. I never played the first one, but I also have no idea where my camera needs to be and all that good stuff, so let's see how this goes. We'll figure it out as we go. Card-based roguelite with Arkham fighting game. Although, I'm thinking I might want to be using a controller for this. Ooh, pretty. Let's look at some settings. First off, yes. Let's do, VSync on. So no screen tearing happens. Oops. Audio. Do what you normally do with the music. UI volume. I'm guessing this clicks when you click on things. That's cool. Back bash. Weapon ability left shift. Yeah, that looks like it might work. Running being left control is a little... Running being left shift makes more. Do that. Hit pause. Subtitles, yes. Always gotta do that. Quality. Sure. Making sure there's no motion blur. No depth of field, thank you. And we're good. Okay, guys. I still don't know where my camera needs to be, but let's work on it. Ooh, this is pretty.
Your memories are fading even now, gone to form the soul of the game we play. These pieces are new, as are the stakes. Life, death, and vengeance.
Forgot commas.
We must ride, for time is short, and you have much to learn. Make your first choice, and let us set these wheels in motion once more.
Ah, weed or leaf? The JJ dog. Sure.
These cards represent your history and our game. We
I'm
know
gonna be
where they
so
end,
confused.
for you are here. Therefore, these cards must guide you to my side. Let us see what the journey holds.
The Fool.
The fool steps into nothingness because they know no better.
I know what
In
that
the
does to
same way,
Isaac.
you must step into the void. You are a blank slate, and together we will write your history.
Rude. You've stumbled many miles through this forest in search of the thieves who robbed you. Though exhausted and hungry, you are determined to reclaim your father's amulet. Hold on. I already know this is going to be an issue. It's a little better. Finally catch sight of the thieves hacking a large tree and arguing among themselves. Move closer to eavesdrop. You're distant. Does these have... Sure.
Every element of the game has been improved, even those that seem at first glance familiar. Do not worry. You will soon understand the nuances.
Oh, this is cool. I hope so, because I don't understand anything yet. Creeping forward, you overhear their leader spouting orders. It's simple, he says. The idiots walk down the road, you push over the tree and jump out. They'll be too scared to put up a fight and we get rich. Why don't we just jump out and stab them one or twice? Another hooded figure chimes in. Yeah, corpses don't put up a fight either. Frustration rises in the leader's voice. The Empire doesn't care if a few farmers lose some sprouts, but drop a corpse on the royal road and the place will be filled with soldiers. Or you've even spent the coin. We don't need that trouble. Quiet, here they come. Free of toil. Soon spot a group of farmers coming around the corner, bringing their wares to market. Thieves fell the tree into the path of the unsuspecting farmers and leap out, weapons brandished. Give us all your food. Alright, well, y'all know I'm gonna start as good guy Tubby, so... Leap to the farmer's defense! This is probably a terrible idea. Draw your weapon with practice skill. Well, you hear the leader's voice. You lads handle this. I'll meet you when you're done. I've made my choice, chat. Violence for the sake of violence and theft for the sake of money. Thieves attack frequently and can evade standard attacks, making heavy weapons less effective. Block break. F's finisher. Okay. What? I don't know what is happening. Right click on green? I didn't see green. I tried right clicking and it just got me hit, so. You know what? We're plugging in the controller because I feel like this is 100% a controller game. I don't feel at all like this works well with mouse and keyboard. The green icon above their head? I didn't see it. I mean, I've played like one of the Shadows of Mordor games, so I understand like the whole like parry mechanic in like Arkham style games, but I just didn't see it. Farmers fumble in their haversacks. Gratitude. Thank you, adventure. I'm sure that after they took our food, they would have taken our lives as well. Okay, I got food. More food. Okay. Lose a food, gain some life. Leader must still have it. Oh. Find the leader. Also... Let's look at controls now that we're playing. Yep. Attack is X, bash is B. Can't be any easier, is it? Bend. Okay. Makes about as much sense as I expected it to. Enjoying a moment beside a fire, you spy a strange figure approaching your camp. It's a goblin dressed in what must pass for goblin finery. Oh, everything was great. Tuesday I go in for like reorientation or whatever. So Tuesday is like my first official day, I guess. I'm assuming. The whole thing ended kind of cryptically, but it went well. While enjoying a moment beside the fire, you spy a strange figure approaching your camp. It's a good, yeah. Okay. I've been roaming for hours trying to find you. We must get this over quickly if I have any hope of getting to all the people on my list before sunrise. It lowers the sack from its shoulder. Now, from within my sack, I can conjure whatever your heart desires. Goblin's voice trails off as he examines the sack. Well, I could if there wasn't a blooming great big hole in it. His head disappears entirely into the bag until his bulbous nose protrudes from the breach. A new plan, then. Goblin pulls out his last trinkets. Critical strike. Axe. Okay. An item room. Just ask if there's anything. I shall. Every time I move, I get to heal a little.
Token. Can you find it?
Your journey through a forest is interrupted by an inquisitive child. Are you searching for the forest folk? My uncle says that they used to walk these woods giving out gifts. I want to find one and ask for a lemon cake. Dash off to peer under a nearby log. The child shouts back, remember, if you meet the forest folk, get me a lemon cake. The other direction, an eerie song hangs in the air. You attempt to find its origin. Follow the song through the thicket and stream until you find an open glade bathed in golden sunlight. You find an aged maiden, her posture bent like the boughs of a forest. Like all the stuff. It's been 12 winters since I had a visitor. Her voice is a whisper, yet it thunders in your ears. You may visit me when you are in need.
This is yours now. Even if you lose the challenge, you have earned this token.
Ah! So there's the, progression. Said, oh, this one.
Nothing could be more fitting now than meeting the mage who started this all.
4 of grade. Trail of fallen trees and distraught farmers leads you to the thieves who stole your amulet. It seems their infighting has only gotten worse. The bandits surround their former leader, weapons drawn. Everyone will get their fair share. There's no need for violence. The leader implores. Whoever heard of a thief talk about fair shares spits one. You turn up and boss us around. We barely stabbed anyone. It's been days since I've stabbed someone. Days! Leader notices you approaching and waves you over. As much as I'd love to continue this discussion regarding stabbings, I'm afraid I have urgent business with my associate here. As he greets you, he whispers, keep me alive and there'll be plenty of gold for your trouble. Tell him gold cannot replace the amulet. Holds up a finger. First rule of negotiation, never let them know what you want. Kill my associates and I will gladly return your amulet. Ever reliable, the thieves draw their blades to mug you. The leader hurries away to hide. Now, fight. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like tarot cards, where everything's a story based on all that stuff, I guess, but... Oh, now it gives me this. Cool. Defend. Bash. What ability? Okay, seems relatively easy. Like, hold on. I see the green. It doesn't work. Like... It doesn't work. Garbage. What's the point in being able to parry if they immediately get follow-up attacks that you can't do anything about? That's dumb. Alright, anyway. With the battle resolved, the thief leader nods in approval at the carnage before him. Stuff. I don't know if I want to read all this. My voice is gonna die. You can parry those as well? I mean, can you literally just, like, mash Y? Like, is there any harm in just mashing parry over and over and over until they're done attacking? I didn't even see green on the follow-up attacks. It must be super fast. They were killing people before I came along. I know it seems bad, but look, he pulls out the amulet. Press it in your hands, all is forgiven. Get the amulet. Choose your father's amulet. I don't know, man. Ox amulet. Befriended Malacalypse the Trickster. Where are you from? Sure, I have no idea. I mean, typical roguelike fashion, this game is like, hey, you want to understand the very complex mechanics about our game? Too bad! Pretty much every roguelite ever, so. Sutherland, sure, I suppose. The problem with the problem with this is I can't care about the dialogue if I don't understand what's happening. We owe money to Vignus of the Thieves Guild. He's accurate. We should turn into Myers something gold. Although, come to think of it, I'm rather busy. Malacalypse eyes a pretty trader hiking up the road, so it'd be best if you get the gold and I meet you there. So we have a new dungeon thing now.
Smaller pieces of our fates shattered into fragments. Collect enough, and your reward will come in time.
Competition of strength. Gold prizes available to the winner.
These dice are another small game embedded in our game.
Well, that seems terrible. Oh, I didn't know I could do more than one.
The dice are fair, and thus you have lost this round.
Okay. Take the lesser reward for losing in the competition of strength. Go this way.
Water is a symbol for the many thoughts that churn beneath the surface.
Find yourself confronted by a villainous man.
What is it you're thinking of? What concern is worrying at your mind?
Leap into the river.
Let it fall into the waters beneath.
Dive over the side, plunging into the cold water.
Victory. You are learning.
Emerge on the banks further downstream.
Celebrations in aid of what? You see how quickly the actions of the usurper are turned into tales for children.
Nearing the sleepy hamlet of Dulwich, you find the villagers in the midst of some kind of celebration. Large paper and wood statue depicting a fearsome warrior looming triumphantly over prone lizardmen. Follow the parade? Right into the town square, you watch as the villagers take turns smashing the statue with a club and gathering the food and gold that spills out. Local notices your interest and asks if you would like a turn. Sure. Okay, I got... Sure.
Here we come to the end of the beginning. Running errands for mages. This will become a theme, I dare say.
Isn't my good friend the adventurer? Did you bring the gold? Go to the graveyard. I wonder whether the spot was chosen for its seclusion or for easy body disposal. Bigness greets Malaclips. Malaclips? The sly grin looks like you turned up after all. With Lackey and Toe, we had our doubts, you know. Anarchist of Greed? Is that how that reads? I lose all my gold. And now we have to fight. Hooray. I'm dead. Cool, I'm dead. I don't understand what the power attack thing is. Oh, I still have to fight. Cool. Combat feels really floaty. It feels like it's all happening underwater. Mr. Fun, what's up? What up, dude? Hey, TTK, thank you. Hi.
Well done. You have cleared the first challenge, and now we can move on to the next.
Okay. Blade and something. Turning Malaclips. Shadow beasts have entered the realm.
Welcome to my challenges.
It is. Thank you, Hassan.
Together, we will traverse 22 paths of wisdom and despair.
Hey, Twitch, sometimes I thought for a while I gave up streaming, and now you know why. Nice. I was not on your follow list. Sad. You're gonna have to judge me for the math joke on Twitter. I fully expected it, but I'm still not sorry.
Nothing here is coincidence. The answer to every question is in the cards if you but look.
Rescue the missing Empire soldiers from a town plagued with corruption. Growing scourge. Prepare to fight corrupted. Lose gold for every Empire killed. Avoid Empire. I don't... What? Okay. Sure.
All mages are my children. This one, however, I would rather disown.
Fill your deck with encounter cards. These are the places you visit. Sure. I guess. Thank you, Mr. Fun.
A casual
Judge,
call
but
to
you fully
heroism.
approve.
How many adventures start thus?
Okay, you do regain health between adventures. That's handy.
For 100 years, I have thought about nothing but the game.
Conversation
I was
with the fur
defeated.
trader is interrupted
It is
as
true.
Malaclips
I became complacent long
arrives in
before
a
then.
flurry.
I thought I knew everything about the game and what it could be. Now you see before you the extent of my research. I have crafted this game anew.
Magically unfollowed me. How dare they? Whispers speak of trouble at the edge of the Empire. The town of Westwind is suffering against the plague. Find out more. Ask about Empire protection. Small garrison is meant to be protecting the town, but apparently they're all either dead, missing, or drunk. What makes Westwind special? Traveled far to escape the oppression of the Empire. Westwind gave me my freedom, and I intend to return the favor. Where is it? At the edge of the Empire focuses on the capital, its nobles and merchants. Those at the fringes are... Return to the markets and ask if any traders headed to Westwind might need an escort. There are 3 options. A stonemason, a food wagon, a weapons. Arrange an uncomfortable ride jammed in among many tools of a weaponsmith headed far west.
Like a compass, it indicates the truth of all directions.
I mean, yes. To defend the town, you'll need to locate as many Empire soldiers as you can before the Blight invades. Okay, I guess we're going.
Always treat those who feed you with respect.
Don't
Even I
see it as
stand by
much
the
as a
fool,
roguelike as a
and
series
I
of
have
adventures.
respect
Every
for
adventure will be a
few.
new start, but the stories carry over through the token of... Yeah, I'm not sure I fully... The thing is, like, at the end of the last one, they're like, here's 9 new cards. And it's like, great, what do they do? Well, we're not telling you, figure it out. Even like the sword, it was like, equip this to find out what it does. That's very roguelite-y. So the problem is, a story-based adventure, if everything's blind, it's not really, like, you can't set up for stuff if you don't know what anything does. Yeah, figure out what it does, and when I figure out that I put all the wrong ones in, then I start over, so it's a roguelite. Like, I can't I can't separate the two in my head because it's very much a game about make all your mistakes and learn from them, which is like kind of the basis of roguelikes. Roguelite, I guess I should say, because there is progression, it looks like, with the coins and the cards. Now, here's my question. If I die on this one, I don't have to do the last one over again, all right? It would only start me back at the beginning of this one. Because if I have to do the last one over again, I'm gonna get very tired of this game very fast. But if it's only okay, that's better then. Then I also understand why.
I'm right here,
yeah.
And we have things to do.
Listen, I'm talking to chat. Don't you judge me. Is it so many people call any game with permadeath a roguelike? Yeah, but it feels very much like one. Tons of things to unlock, no explanation as to what they do, trial and error. Yeah. And keep any token unlocks you've got in this run. Yeah, I got that. That's cool. Poor old Chester, this is why you should never be seduced by the wiles of women, coin slave. They'll break your heart and something. Okay. Hearts, pies, and exotic fruits. I don't want to buy anything. Why do I want to buy something? I want pies. Well, I could be screwed. Yep. Find the purchase. Cool.
They place themselves in these dire positions, and then expect a hero to come rescue them when things become too much.
Patrolling the outskirts, you hear the clash of steel and the unmistakable groan of corrupted. Investigation leads you to a distressed nobleman, perched on the roof of his carriage. Thank the gods, I was headed to tea with the Duke Gilbert when we were ambushed. My footman laid me to fight in the brawl, but dispersed into the forest. The noble peers fearfully at the tree line. If you stay here and protect me, I can pay. Sure. Yield to their sense of duty. Maybe. More of an adventure with a series of sub-adventures that you define through the deck you picked at the start. Sure, you might not know what that exact adventure is when building the deck, but you'll learn more as you encounter them. There's an astonishing amount of RNG in this. I'm already noticing. Randomized dice rolls, randomized card picking, randomized, like, here's 4 options, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. It's like, I don't know. We'll have to get further into it. I'm not sold yet. I'm not sold yet specifically because I don't like my roguelites being almost entirely RNG based. Yeah, randomized randomness. Yep, everyone hates me. Cool. Good talk.
Your supplies are running low. Make your choices carefully.
Sure, I'll buy some food. Yes. Nope. Leave.
The Empire reaches too far. The North has gone from a loose collection of tribes to something to
I
truly
will fight.
fear.
I don't want to pay people to free stuff. Be geared to help with the mini games. The cards aren't entirely random. Well, I know they're not random, but like the outcome is random. At least I haven't seen a way where I can actually follow the cards as they shuffle. They all fully overlap. Am I supposed to be trampling people to get the last of something that's on sale? Yeah, it's never been me. Cast a protective spell. Cool.
If nothing else, I'll get a song out of this.
Well, that's not what I wanted at all. Red is not dodge, apparently. Why can't I dodge?
By sea and rock, fate and fame.
I don't know, man. This feels like total ass. Okay, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. Sure.
A shield in more ways than one. Here we begin to see one of the small ways I've changed
to the
game.
black market.
Each
Hey,
challenge
Andrew Lord
differs
99,
both
thank you
in
for the
their
follow.
rules and their objectives. Even those cards which were
Join the
once the
soldiers.
stairs now vary per challenge, as you will see.
God, okay.
I hope this works.
Okay. This is your favorite game? Yeah, I have no idea what's causing the combat. Like, I feel like I did turn VSync off and that felt a little better. Because VSync creates input delay, and maybe it's just me, maybe I'm super sensitive to input delay, but I absolutely cannot play a game, especially this kind of game that has significant input delay. So I turned VSync off. Hopefully it doesn't do a lot of screen tearing for you guys, but I have G-Sync. But the fun fact is, I can't use G-Sync while I'm streaming, because G-Sync requires that I have a DisplayPort plugged into my monitor, and I run my system through my other PC to stream, which means I have to use HDMI because my capture card isn't DisplayPort compatible. So I have G-Sync, but not while I'm streaming. No, I did. I turned it all the way off. Adaptive VSync and stuff makes no sense. I've never liked that. That's why you probably should just use the EV. No, it looks considerably worse, honestly. And there are ways I could set it up, but I would have to buy more stuff to be able to. I would have to get like a splitter that allowed for DisplayPort and all sorts of stuff. That's not a thing. It requires a much higher bitrate to look as good. No. Like, using the video card chip for encoding is great for YouTube videos because you don't have a bitrate limit, but for streaming, you can disprove that I mean, I've recorded both ways at 6500 bitrate, and I have never gotten the video encoding to look half as good as CPU encoding. But maybe it's just me.
Commerce thrives in even the most unusual of locations.
Buy healing. God, that's expensive. You know what? If I die, I die. Streamed at 6K, 1080p, and yours comes out beautiful.
A vampire cannot cross running water.
So you're saying
These
I should
days
use
you must
one
deal
PC
with far
instead?
more mundane opposition.
Well, I mean, any connection over 6K up shouldn't matter. Stream on one PC. Doesn't that take away from... I don't know. I mean, it's got to use some sort of resources to do that. If for no other reason than you're copying large amounts of data onto your hard drive at the same time. Yeah, I don't mind not having G-Sync, and it's honestly, if I were to run, like, if I were to play it like 1440 with high frame rate, wouldn't I have to just V-Sync every game anyway? You don't record your stream? See, I do. So maybe that makes a difference. I mean, I could download it from Twitch after, but that's just an extra step of... another step of, like, re-encoding. Or not re-encoding, but, like, file conversion. Which is... I've noticed those look considerably worse than just local recording. Leap into the river! I fail!
The roads have become even more deadly since the Empire has come to power.
Please help.
Despite
I've been
their
robbed by a band of
promises
thugs. Is
the
there anything you can
opposite.
do? Assist. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't record it at a higher bitrate. I did back when I was stuck on 720p. I recorded it, or I would record it a higher bitrate so it would look better. But now that I'm running 1080p 60, I can't record at higher bitrate and still have my I would have to lower the quality of my stream or something. OBS is not a big fan of multiple bit rates. God. Alright. Cool, I lose again. What do I lose?
I'm somewhat surprised you lost that one.
Oh, all my gold?
Let us see if the mage can help you here.
Yep. It's not even that. It's just the fact that if you're not local recording at the same bitrate as streaming, then it has to process everything twice, so... Yeah. I did that back in the days of, like, Assassin's Creed and stuff. I think I was trying to record at 1080 while I was streaming at 720. It was not pretty. I had a lot of frame drops and horrible things like that. It was pretty bad. I might actually, yeah, cool. I will stop by. That sounds good. Sorry, I got a whisper from Mr. Fun. Thank you.
Helping people. It always ends up like this. Thank you.
Stream from one PC and record on another. Still don't know how that would work. Okay.
The shadow folk appear to have found your trail.
Oh, I don't... What? Hero, one of the beasts hissed. We knew you would take this simple bait. Now relinquish your power. Shadows can counterattack. Okay. I thought all enemies can counterattack. Here, just kill me. It's not input delay, it's not VSync causing the issue, it's just...
Combat solves so little. It has ended this, however.
Okay. Presumably it would work by streaming with the standard 2 PC setup and recording on the gaming PC rather than the streaming one. Or you could use 3 PCs, but that would be expensive, yeah. Kind of getting to a... Yeah. Mind you, I've already dumped like $12,000 into this whole setup. I'm not sure I really want to, throw more at it right now. I don't think I can. I'd like to get some better audio, like a new mic and a mixer and stuff before I worry about other things. Right, yes, record in 6 qualities using 2 PCs per quality, yeah. Of course. Problem is, there should be a way for me to run my screen in like 1440p, 144 hertz while recording. I should just be able to put the display port out from my gaming PC to my monitor, and then I should be able to put the HDMI out from my gaming PC to my streaming PC. Problem, that doesn't work. And I don't know why. Every time I've done it, it just breaks and it black screens.
And we will be ready to face the usurper.
No idea why. Like, it won't output 2 different resolutions. The video card won't output 2 different resolutions. I could probably do it if I had 2 video cards. But, yeah, sure. Yeah, GPUs don't know how to do that nicely. If I had a second video card, I could probably make that one dedicated to streaming and then one dedicated to gaming. And have that one video out. But I have no idea what kind of stress that would put on my system either. Or if I even have, like, the power supply for it. Ugh. Alright, give me a second, guys. I am going to take a quick break because I forgot to take my allergy medicine and like pain relievers this morning, so my back's kind of hurting. Yeah, probably strain the power supply a bit. Yeah. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna grab my stuff and then come back, and I'm gonna try a little more of this. To be honest, the combat feels like dog shit to me, though. Like, it feels super floaty, and it's not input delay. Because now I have, like, no VSync on, using a wired controller. Nothing would be causing input delay. It's just one of those where you press the button, it's like your guy's floating, and then you hit attack, and he goes... Like, it's really, 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 really floaty. And I'm not sure if I like it yet, but I'll give it a chance. Give it a fair shake. Setups where the screens are different resolutions? Yes, but I mean, technically, it sees my capture card as a separate monitor, but I think it might be slightly different in the way it works. I don't know. Maybe not. Like Fighting in a Dream, kind of. Which, if you've ever tried punching someone in a dream, you know how fucking infuriating that is. Just like 7 hours of one punch. Look, I have no idea how it works, honestly. The capture card, my gaming PC sees the capture card as a second monitor, but I don't know if the fact that it is a capture card and not a second monitor changes the way that resolution scaling works. And yeah, I have no idea. Maybe I'll mess with that. I don't know. I feel like I've messed with it a million different ways already and none of it works, but no idea how it works. The guy who did a 370-day streak. Because I got it to a place where it works, and anytime someone's like, hey, you could do this better, or you could do this different, and then tries to explain it to me, I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. And to be fair, altering, even though it sounds easy to alter, the one thing I've heard from many, many streamers is if someone gives you advice on how to update your stream setup, just realize that they have no idea how your stream setup works, and a simple fix might actually be 400 steps for you. So that might be what's happening here. Is I appreciate all the advice, and I would love to be able to do that, but I've tried everything I can think of, and none of it's like made a functional stream. So maybe, I have no idea. Having this many issues with combat, it's not going to get better later. Maybe I'm trying to adjust. I'm trying to adjust. And you got to realize, this is a guy that plays a lot of first-person shooters. So, like, milliseconds, like, double-digit milliseconds of lag make a huge deal to me. Whereas some people can play shooter games on, like, a TV, not set to game mode, and not have a problem. Whereas if I play shooters on a TV and it doesn't have a really good game mode that like lowers the latency down to like single-digit milliseconds, I can't play it. Because it just, nothing worse than feeling like you're underwater. But like I said, I'm at the beginning, I'm still learning, so yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take my pain stuff. Maybe that'll make me less grumpy and all that. And I'll keep trying it. It's a cool concept. It's a really cool concept. I just don't know what's going on yet. So, I'll be right back. Give me just like 3 minutes. Ugh, okay. This one. Oh, what am I doing? I realize what the problem is, though.
Its role, and leaving the protection of their people to the lazy, thoughtless, and malign.
Cool.
I have tried to anticipate the changes the usurper might make. The 22 challenges I offer you that will help you to understand the many ways in which the cards may fall. I do not know what Callus will do when we meet him, but I hope you will be ready when we arrive.
I realize what the problem with the whole, like, there's a couple problems with playing in, like, high frame rate with G-Sync on while streaming, the way I've got it set up with two computers. One, my computer does not like sending the game in multiple different resolutions. Like, it would have to send... because my capture card is just a copy of what's happening on my screen. So if I send it at 1440p, or if I'm playing at 1440p, then the second output will still output there. But if I just copy it over, it'll try to send a 1440p image to a 1080p input. And that doesn't work well. In fact, when I switch over to my 1440p setting, even though technically the HDMI cable is still put into my streaming computer, it won't show what's on the screen. It'll just show my desktop.
Focus.
It won't show anything. Not to mention the fact there'd still be a lot of games I'd have to turn VSync on for, because even though I'm using G-Sync, the capture card won't. And even if I see everything perfectly, you guys might be seeing tons of screen tearing, which is also bad. Anyway, it's totally cool. I don't mind playing in 1080. Yeah. Let's try a stonemason instead. Okay.
They got themselves into this mess. I don't see why you should get them out.
Fight to free them. I want to keep doing combat because I want to see if I can't, like, get the hang of this, but, like, right now it just feels kind of weird. Make sure I export and back up my current working settings first, of course. Oh yeah, always.
Don't let them hit me! I'm too handsome for violence.
Okay. Yeah, I'm super careful about that stuff. If there's one thing I am good at, it's not totally ruining, like, that kind of stuff. The little Timos was taken by a monster with bloody claws and gleaming eyes. Sure enough, you find the boy huddled in the back of the medicine cave. Gonna kill me. God, shadows again. Okay. That's honestly why it takes me forever to update things, because I spend so long tweaking them to make sure they're how I want them. Which is... I'm not noticing screen tearing, though, so... Maybe this is okay without VSync. Shadow Beast.
By sea and sun, fate and fame!
I'm sorry, what? Okay. Yeah, I noticed. Well, I haven't seen daggers yet, but I definitely saw. Yeah, I did. I definitely hit. I hit dodge and it didn't do anything. So. Why is my neglected sword equipped? Hold on. What? Where's my other sword? No, I mean the last time he did it, I definitely hit the button and he just swiped the hell out of me, even though I hit the dodge button. Oh, I thought at the beginning it said for me to equip that. Okay, we'll try the axe. I'm going after the soldiers. Yeah, I thought at the beginning of this run it said, like, hey, do you want to use the sword? And it was the sword from the last run. Yeah. I love the camera movement is like 10 degrees. Okay. Bonus dice for each soldier you save. Yay! Gain 2 recruits. Yeah. We've done this one before. Was this the one I died on? Must have been, right? Oh no, there was like another section after this, because we did this.
I hope this works.
I don't know why these guys aren't like actively attacking me. Weird. Gained 3 recruits.
A remnant of the Templars and their religious righteousness.
Yeah. I mean, the axe is cool, but I like the sword. Go the other way this
The
time.
Northerners are vicious and cunning.
Fight to free them.
These soldiers should count themselves lucky to merely be captured.
Yeah, there's so many other soldiers helping. Look at me looking all cool and stuff. Oh, wait, that's him. Damn.
I'll have you know my friend here is killed far better than you.
Man, there's just such heavy delay. There's nothing I can really do. There's just massive amounts of input delay, especially on the dodges. It's really noticeable. Nope, wired. And anyway, wireless controllers don't add... Good wireless controllers add like single-digit milliseconds of... Okay, good. Because, I mean, that was a thing. And actually, the funny thing is, playing the Nintendo Switch wirelessly, like having it hooked to the TV, but playing with like the built-in just wireless little nunchucks, whatever, is like half a second of delay. It is unplayable. I'm hoping that if I get like a Pro Controller or whatever they're called one of these days, it's better. But holy F, it is bad. I was trying to play the original Mario and it was like, tap the stick, it was like, tap, move, tap, move, tap, move. I was like, but as soon as I took the thing off the dock and played it in my hands, it was fine. I was just like, that's like real bad. Fight. Always fight. It was, yeah, it was impossible to play. So I'm hoping the Pro Controllers are better, but I'm kind of sketch about getting one, because if it's gonna have the same amount of input delay, then there's no way I want one.
Gentlemen, please. We can work this out.
Oh. I die.
Now your chance presents itself.
Boss
At last,
again.
stand in the defense of the peasantry. What noble traits you display already.
Cool.
With all these soldiers, you don't think you could have left me alone?
Insanity.
A mighty creature of chaos felled by your power. Does it satisfy you, this bloodshed?
I'm okay with
Knowing
it.
those you destroy were once simple peasants going about their day.
Okay.
As you play, you will find more options open to you. Should you find yourself blocked or overly challenged, take the time to explore the board. Unlocking cards will give you options you have not yet considered.
Wait.
There is the small game, the game we play, and there is the great game, the game of life and death, the game I was once master of.
So we have some unknown ones. Sure. Gain blessings to increase your chance of success. Do not expect to be welcomed by northerners while treading in their lands. Survive Mount Kratos by life. Okay.
You find yourself once again in the company of prayer and religion. How unfortunate. Now it begins. Negotiations on behalf of the Empire. We will see how that story ends.
$25 food? Crap. Access the campfire at any time between encounters. The camp can be used to consume food to restore life or trade equipment. Collect at least 6 blessings.
Be careful where one takes refuge, even
Good
in the
start.
worst of storms.
Perfect.
I'm no happier to be here than you lot.
Oh, okay. I see. I do start with the just generic stuff each time.
Campfires will always offer warmth and heat, but they also change with each challenge. Be prepared.
Sure. Later adventures let you pick starting boons, like a better sword, food, and such. Okay.
Age turns us all. She has done rather better than I
Ask for a longer
in the
life.
time that has passed. The mountain itself pushes you back. Not every temple has crumbled into the dust, more's the pity.
Sure. Sure. No idea.
In the cold, men become desperate.
Oh, this is good. We had one of these
hold
before.
These mountains together, even through the worst.
Okay. Villainous band. Bandits.
Gentlemen, please. You can work this out. Hit them!
Those guys don't do anything. I don't think I've ever had one swing on me. That's fine, I guess. Try Winter's Bane.
Will you push on, despite nature itself attempting to thwart
Trying to
you?
give me a chance, apparently. Better go bearing blessings if you want to get on the High Priestess' good side. Fixing a batch right now if you'd like a taste.
Now you wager for more than mere success and failure. You choose the very stakes themselves.
+2 to each of your dice during the dice gambit. I got a blessing.
These are the choices that make the hero or the villain.
Cool! All the corrupted. Okay, we got little dudes and a big dude. Alright, he does that. Cool. Those guys are kind of easy, but they're also very slow. The big dude. Because of my thing, I gain health whenever I gain gold.
At what point does honor bend to pragmatism?
Shh, I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you can do? I'll try. Also, I get +2 to my roll, I think, right? Yeah, to each die. Oh, God, okay. That's easy.
The mountain is unforgiving.
Nope, not yet.
You would not be the first to die upon its peak.
Now let's do Monk's Vitality. I'm gonna need health. Blizzard. Boo. Yeah, you can kind of follow the cards. Not always. But if you get lucky, you can get...
A lesson in caution awaits us all.
Out of the mountain, you see a
Nature,
silhouette of a man approaching
truly
through the heavy
wild
snow. He bellows through the
nature
roaring wind. Who
will
dares
not
trespass the
tolerate
sacred
fury
grounds of
in
our
its
races?
domain,
Stop.
unless
Okay.
it is its own.
I love the fact that this guy's all cryptic and weird and creepy. I hate the fact that I'm trying to read the stuff and he won't shut up. I mean, playing by myself, it would be fine, but for streaming purposes, like... that's kind of annoying. It's okay. Hidden raiders spring down the mountain with the dexterity of mountain goats. I got no one on my side. Except my dude. So there's 3 little dudes and 1 big dude? Or 2 big dudes, I guess. Trappers throw hunting traps that snare the targets. Use evade to avoid the traps or change direction rapidly to break free.
Who dares venture? None less than the amazing Malaclips and assistant.
God. One shuffle is pretty easy. At 2, you can sort of give yourself a slight advantage. Yeah, any morning is pretty much random. Yeah. Blessing. Pick it optionally. Retry any chance cards gambit. Permanent blessing. Any. Oh. Easy. And we're fine. Ooh. Your assailant weapons juts from the snow as you near. You realize it's still clenched in his hand, his body buried the wrist by the avalanche. Dig him out. Free the raider from his icy grave. He takes a moment to catch his breath and say, "You saved me, though we are enemies by blood. Take my blessing and leave me to my thoughts." Cool. Yeah, they seem good.
Old witches. I have a fondness for them, but I would not trust them.
The old lady beckons you in. I received word from my sister's hawk that I've been expecting you. I may not be as skilled as her, but this blessing potion I've whipped up is my best yet. You think it's good enough to take? Oh, okay. Confirm? B, continue. Okay. I don't know why it wasn't A, but... After all your rerolls in a dice game, it reroll your lowest dice. Oh, good. Damn. Oh. Eh, cool. Yeah, the revive ally one seems kind of pointless.
Strange things still exist.
And
Do you
eating
not see
tree.
the beauty in this plant? True wonders still remain. Treat it gently.
Throw a piece of equipment to distract the mouth. Oh no. I can't back out? This needs a go back button. I didn't realize I couldn't throw my initial sword. I didn't realize that my basic sword was not something I could throw. And I can't back out. Well, I'm dead. Cool. Fun. I need my only weapon that's keeping me alive anyway. Oh, no. Okay. I was about to be real mad. I was about to be real mad about that.
With the least of notice, the very lands beneath your feet can slide away. Life is filled with surprises.
Yeah, well, figured that one out now, but yeah. Gotcha. Good to know.
Who dares venture? None less than the amazing Malaclips and assistant.
That time I hit the A button and it didn't even do anything. Come here, Dingle. Yeah, you. Pardon? There to make sure you always have something. Well, I mean, I figured maybe I could throw my basic sword since I had gotten an upgrade. Discard card for 5 max life.
I have little trust in artifacts that breathe, myself.
Sure, I'll try it. Less defense, but a lot of cool, like, abilities and stuff. him out again. The first hit in combat against Northerners deals 50 bonus damage. Take it. Why? Perfect. That's what I wanted. Oh, I could have chosen again. Whatever. God. I get it. I look all spiffy and stuff.
By sea and sun,
I'm dead. Yeah, take max life. Yeah. We might as well, I got tons of it.
Your memories seemed filled with conflict and chaos, yet occasionally something merely pleasant slips
I
through.
want to buy none of your stuff.
Now the confrontation. Are you ready to face the priestess of her people?
Sure.
And drive the deal the Empire has requested? Or will you turn and flee?
Yay! God. Giant buffet at the campfire. Yes, there's no such thing as like a full stomach. You can just eat endlessly. It's great. If only the world were like that. I was gonna say, hold on, let me Jesus, that is so blue. Never mind. Blue is way too blue. I was just gonna try to make it match the game, but never mind.
Why do we always end up enraging the locals? You should have some.
you, dude! I dodged so early! I hit the dodge button before his, like, green arrow even showed up. And it didn't dodge. Just gonna keep doing that? Okay. Here, dingus. No. Done well, now hear my turn. Draws herself up, a towering figure draped in fur and wrath. I could be draped in wrath. The North will never bend to the Empire. Blood for blood for blood. Those are my terms, small one. Let your leaders hear it and quake. With that, you make a quick descent to relay the message back to General Purpose. Look, happy music. No. I hit the button and my guy didn't dodge. I legitimately saw him running at me. I hit the button when he was like 2 feet away and my guy just stood there. Dodge is not contextual. You can do that anytime. It didn't register. That's the second time I've had that happen. Cool. New weapony stuffs. Bunch of cool. Okay. Cool. Now, because apparently it's my birthday, my body realized I'm a year older and everything sucks, I have to go to the bathroom. So give me a few minutes, guys, and I will be right back. I don't know what's going on with me today. I woke up feeling fine and then started hurting real bad, and now like my stomach's like churning. I think it's just hitting that next year, man. My body's like, all right, dude, we're gonna break you for like a day. But then you're gonna be like, okay after that. We just want you to know that you're a year older. I mean, I know I'm only a day older than yesterday and that the number doesn't mean anything. Not feeling so prime after all? Get out. My joke, you can't take it. I've contracted, how do I say this without being gross? No, Hussum. I've contracted old man anus? Yes, old man anus. That's a real thing. Give me a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, you can both add quotes. Give me a moment to get the phrasing right. Yep. And it automatically adds it as the next number. So nice. I love the system. So good. No, I think it's a combination of my stomach's a little upset, mixed with the fact that I'm insanely hungry. So the only thing inside of me is just evil right now, and it's trying to kill me.
This game is merely the lesser game.
Ooh, lots of
It is
stuff.
not the true game of life and death, merely my model of it. I must prepare
I want to put all the new ones in.
challenges you will face when we meet Callus in
Okay,
truth.
cool. Same with this. Anything new I got, I want to put in. And then I'll put in Cardinal Blade, Winter's Bane, and the Bastion. Oh, I can put in one of these. And a slightly better sword, shall we? Now here's my question: if you
In this
don't
case,
fulfill
the
like the
Empress is
quest,
A leader
can you
of the
still
Northern
win?
Clans, but not their only one.
no, I mean I still have
Now
issues
we
with
come
this
to one
game.
of the new nuances of our game. The
I
hunt for fame and esteem would not work for all players, but it works for you. I can sense it in you.
I
Your
see that you
pride,
can
your skill.
you
In
can
time,
sort of-
we'll learn all of you.
you can skew the RNG in your favor, but there's still a lot of RNG in like the non-combat stuff. Well, I'm still hungry as hell. There's still a lot of RNG stuff that I'm not a huge fan of. It's the whole reason I've never really gotten to like tabletop D&D, like normal D&D games, is the fact that I hate rolling dice for stuff. Because you can end a run on a bad roll, and it's like, oh, cool, 3 hours of my life I just wasted. Great. Because of a dice roll. I kind of feel like that in this, a little bit. But I understand that you can kind of skew it in your favor, but even skewing it in your favor is a little bit of RNG.
Anger is a powerful force.
And all I can do is sit here and click buttons as I lose health or lose items or get screwed. Okay. Oh, you require aim to equip this one. And the combat's not great. The silver one is required and is often a lot easier. The gold one is an extra challenge. It's not. Okay. I just feel like this game is trying to do a lot of things and it does it less well than other games. Like, the combat is less good than, like, in Arkham or a you know, a Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor. The deck building seems a little more simplistic than a Slay the Spire. You know, it just, there's a lot of things that work, but I feel like if they like focused more on the combat animations and less on the swirly cards on this screen, it would have been a better game. There's a lot of sort of
with gods to arrive here,
flair
you do
and
not need
fancy.
them. You have your own strengths. Dice are a constant reminder of death. The singular is die, as I'm sure you know, and they are often called bones for the material from which they were crafted. Here, however,
Oh,
they
got
may
it.
also bring a touch of life.
life. More max life. Excellent.
Children. It's
He's
hard
just
to
a small.
conceive
The
that
story's
either of
really
us
great
were
though.
ever such.
Like the cool little like interactions. He's just a small child you overhear. A deeper voice growls, we have to take him to the dungeons or else he'll run straight to whatever northern clan he spawned from and show them where our outpost is. The shifty looking kid, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, says Malaclips. The boy. Okay, I'm only fighting 3 people. This shouldn't be too bad, I wouldn't hope. Like, it's a really cool concept. I'm just not convinced yet that the, Watchman can block, greatly reducing incoming damage. Use bash to open them up. Okay.
Once again, good intentions end up with people trying to hit me.
But it is a very, I mean, it's easy to learn system. I'll give it that. The combat is not, like, overly complicated, which I can respect. For everything else that's going on, yeah. Yikes. Yeah, I could see that. I can already see the deck's getting a little more advanced. Boy disappears. Raiders come out of hiding, and the boy shouts their outposts this way. Stop the raiders' attack. Got a trapper and 4 of the northern dudes. Be interesting. And look, I'd always heard this game's combat was a little janky, so I was mildly prepared for it.
Why do you keep getting us into these situations?
Not today, Satan. Camera angle's balls too, and you can't really move it much. You can move it like 5 degrees either way. That's all you get. Okay, food. Take it. Like I said, I'm not trying to just needlessly crap on this game. Like, it really is really neat, but...
Time passes and things change. The advances of the Empire march on, and mystery and magic falls further into darkness. Yet, death stalks the streets of the city.
Beware the Prince of Poisons, calls a young boy. Stop to read a discarded parchment sodden by the damp that clings to the cobblestone. Another mass poisoning in the back streets of Lowtown. Mayor raises reward to 500 gold. Ask about the Prince of Poisons. He's the one responsible for all the killing that's been going on. Dozens, if not hundreds, of innocent people, all poisoned by the Prince. He strikes at random anywhere in the city at any time, just drops one of his canisters and half the street's dead before anyone knows what's happening. Ask about disheveled children in the alleyway. Most of them lost their parents to poison and live in the streets now. Offer the children food. Yay, fame. Mad Eye draws his weapon as his children scatter. This one's mine, the woman tells you as you draw your weapon. More armed men suddenly rush into the alleyway. Mad Eye won't let her take you. Okay, we got a boss. I'm scared. Or mini boss or whatever. Well, we got an extra helper, I guess. Oh, you got a gun. Oh, no, she's got a gun. Our lady's got a gun.
Nothing like the smell of gunpowder to get the blood racing.
What happened? Couldn't tell what was happening. It's one of those things, too, that I understand that they weren't going to spend, like, years on the combat, because it's not all about that. But when the combat pushes the story forward, it should be, like, probably the smoothest part of it. Like I said, if they'd removed some time from all the fancy animations of this part and made the combat better, I think it would have been a better game. But, like, that, even little things as simple as, like, that level, that level alone was like a narrow corridor and you can't move the camera. So it's super easy to just have guys like slightly off the back of the camera range that can hit you because they're close enough, but you can't see them at all. Making the stages more open, and I get that it was an alleyway, but you gotta do something with the camera. Have the ability to like 180 the camera angle so that if you get people on the other side of you you need to watch, you can at least like flip it out. I don't know, something. I always do this with games though. I always like to see ways that it could be made better. It's not that I'm saying I hate it. Obviously, I'm still playing it and I'm having a good time with it. It's just, I like to point out that kind of stuff because, I don't know. I'm a logical person. I see these things and I'm like, why didn't that happen?
You'll notice that my carriage does not stop for every distressed traveler along the way.
Oh, okay, this is a big roll. I don't think I can hit this. No.
You can always try again.
Yay!
If you survive, of course.
Damn. Definitely something you've had issues with as well. And that's the thing, if like your progression didn't directly relate to the one thing that's kind of obnoxious.
Stop helping people! It always ends up like this.
I don't have any light weapons. I haven't found any yet. I plan to when I find him, though. I'm just gonna re-roll this one. Give me a 2 or higher. Come on, thank you. No, all I have is a sword and an axe. Never gave me daggers. Thank God for food. Oh, thank God for all the food.
Let us see what the next town holds. Do not take lightly the mantle of fame. Being a figurehead is not without consequences.
3 brave farmers attempt to defend the last of the surviving villagers. One calls out, we must stop them. Okay, so I've got a trapper and 3 frost guys, and I've got 3 farmers on my side. Cool. Starting to understand how the cards work. At least, you know, to some extent. Maybe I should. You know what it is? I figured out what it is. It's not input delay. It's nothing like that. It's a lack of animation canceling. You can't animation cancel into a block or a dodge. Which means that there's some time.
Is the beginning of power.
Weapon deals less damage the higher the wielder's fame? I mean, no?
Campfires offer a chance to see what your companion has to say about your current challenge.
Yeah. No daggers. Neglected sword, soldier's sword, villager's axe, humble hammer, Breath's ire. Yep. The later adventures give you one of each.
Your companion has his own story to tell. We must wonder if this is a tale of a hero or a villain.
Find him sitting on a blanket by the sewer gates. You can't tell whether there's a goblin, human, or an animate pile of greasy rags. Okay. Merc! Malaclips calls to the creature, arms outstretched. I have a favor to ask of you. Greasy goblin man raises a hand to stop the bard's prattle. 10 gold first, you know that. Mercold being the bard. I require help in removing a certain illness. I require a test of skill. Take a flower and eat it. The greasy florist displays his meager wages. Eat the luminous purple flower. Why not? What could go wrong? Are you serious? Never is this gonna work. Never mind.
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
They recommend light weapons against thieves, so it's silly that you don't have the option. Agreed. Merc watches eagerly as you begin to choke. Malaclips, for his part, shows some sign of concern. Your eyes bulge in water. Suddenly, someone begins slapping you hard on the back. You cough, and a hard lump falls from your mouth. It's a solid gold statue of Merc. Okay. He beckons Malaclips closer. Of those of us left, you should seek Ira of the Veil. She may know something of the cure. Last I heard, she's hiding out in the underneath.
Let us discover what the next chapter in our dear bard's tale will be. When the hero runs in, the villain takes their time to bait their trap. Be careful, lest they put you in your place.
Oh. I want to try the hammer. I want to get to 20 fame and try that huge 26 damage heavy hammer.
I hope this works.
God, no life. Weird jerk faces. Oh, it does give you a little indicator for off-screen stuff, though. That's nice. Search for spoils, of course. Oh. Food!
In your life, you will have wandered endless intersections, yet this one sticks with you. Why? What is it in your memory that catches here?
Arrive as a signpost detailed the possible path north and south. Malaclips sniffs the air. My magical senses are pulling me towards the north. Smells like someone is baking cinnamon pie somewhere up ahead. Okay.
If you fall in a trap once, you may blame error. To fall in the same trap again smacks of foolishness.
So we got a lot of trappers this time. This is...
By sea and sun, fate and fane!
One more hit. That's all I need. Got him. Oh, come on! Lame! Oh, that was so BS. I hit the execution at the exact same time and it didn't work. Oh god, no. Okay, double trappers is actual butt cancer. I don't like it. Oh god. That's what I meant to do. Somehow I didn't get hit and all that. Oh my god. I don't know how. Magic, I think. We going dark for this one?
Now the power is yours to use.
Get back on. Yay, I can use it. Sure. Yeah, let's try it out.
It appears you are worthy to wield the weapon of champions. The raiders will hide from you no longer.
Sanctum. Doing it.
You have prepared yourself for this battle. Now you must face it, but not alone, perhaps.
Ooh. Find your bearings and realize you're staying in forest clearing covered in newly fallen snow. You step back and bump into something. Turning, you see a towering northern clansman, bald
He
and
has
brutal.
brute strength, if nothing else.
He does not flinch, nor seems even the slightest bit interested in you. He stands with his weapon drawn and brow lowered. You turn to follow his gaze. And you see her, sitting on a throne of wicker and thorns, small straw-plated charms and oddities hanging from trees behind her. Before her kneel countless raiders worshipping their leader. Okay. Hope you know how to fight, hero, says the bald northerner. Calmly, there are more warriors here than we can kill. To defeat a snake, you might cut off its head. Ooh, is this gonna be like infinite little guys and I have to kill the boss? Yeah, I got the fame just in time. So now I'm going into a boss fight using a weapon I've never used before. This should end well. Cat lady! Literal cat lady.
I do not know you, yet we will fight together. Stand clear of my blades, and I will stand clear of yours.
No. Oh, okay. You know what? You're annoying. Oh yeah, I only had to kill her. Nice. Sun beams down on the colossal warrior that fought alongside you. I'm Kolbjorn. I was born to the northern clans, but I'm clanless now. You do not know us, but we were not always like this. Perhaps one day the clans will return to the tradition they have lost. Yay, new friend.
Another card returns to my deck. Do not worry, I have more challenges before you will be ready to face my foe.
Okay, new stuff. Yay, I got the hammer. That's actually pretty cool. Cool hammer. I like the super attack on it. Does a lot of damage. And Eyebright and the Wanderer. Defending all of the villages, Elder's Gift. Convincing Merc to help Malaclips, the underneath.
You have done well. You understand the basic rules of the game now.
Gold challenge usually gives a platinum
From
card.
here,
Nice.
they will change.
So, oh, that's DLC. Endless. Okay, so it's still just this stuff I can do.
It is not one game now, but a score, each with its own nuance and delicate approach.
You know what, guys? I was gonna do one more, but I don't know how long these things are gonna get. I actually need to get out of here pretty soon, and as you all know, I enjoy talking. So I'd rather sit here and BS for like 10 or 15 minutes instead of trying to get halfway through one and realizing I have to go. Like I said, it is my birthday. So the wife and I have a bunch of birthday stuff planned. Don't read into that too much. Mostly going out to eat and feeding our faces and forgetting that we're trying to diet and be healthy. That's my big that's my big birthday present to myself. Well, we may go shopping a little bit too. But it's Black Friday, which is, you know, a great day to have a birthday. And the last time anyone wants to go, like, to any shopping mall. So we planned on doing a bunch of this stuff kind of midday when generally the hordes of people have calmed down. So yeah. It'll pick back up tonight, all the people, like, desperately trying to hit the sales before tomorrow. Although most places run Black Friday sales for, like, the whole weekend now. I think probably as a desire to keep riots and stuff from happening. I think a lot of places run Black Friday sales like for a whole week, or at least the weekend. But it doesn't stop people from going nuts. But that is an interesting point. I've never thought of it that way. I've never actually thought of it in context of the day everyone, like, punches each other in the mouth to get a fancy new TV is the day after we're supposed to give thanks for everything we have. We are a fickle nation full of hypocritical people. What do you want from us? And I mean, come on. Look, not to get too much into it, but we all know how Thanksgiving started, and it wasn't a pleasant experience. So, even that's a little meh. I didn't do anything yesterday. Like, sat around, played video games, wife and I watched some TV. Like, there was really nothing going on. We didn't do the whole turkey thing. We didn't do all of it. When it's just the two of us, it's kind of like, why do you buy a 16-pound turkey for two people? You ate so much food. I did too. Well, actually, no. I saved most of my food eating for today because I knew today was going to be kind of nice. But I'm happy. Happy that people had all the food. Either way, yeah. For leftover sandwiches, that's true, but still, like, that's a lot of leftovers. But you're right, yeah, turkey's good. Turkey is good leftover on sandwich. Huh. I don't know. Just seemed like a weird concept to do it just for the two of us. And everyone else was already planning on doing their own thing, so friends and family and everything else, so we just kind of ended up on our own. We'll live. Anyway, today is the day that I'm really gonna pig out. So since my stomach's already feeling a little like empty and weird, can't imagine what this is gonna do to me tonight. But here's the plan, though. I want to play more of this. I want to see. I'm willing to give this a chance to see where it goes, to see how much like the customization opens up. I mean, hell, I haven't even gotten daggers yet, and apparently those are good against certain enemies. And I do generally like faster playstyles. So, your stores have tried to adopt Black Friday, but they just screw over people by raising prices and lowering them on Black Friday. Yeah, sell leftover junk at big discounts. Yep. Definitely need a hot dog machine and a popcorn maker in my kitchen. Well, at least they're kind of upfront about it, right? Like, here what they do is they take, like, you know, they'll be like, oh, it's a 55-inch 4K television for $299. And, people are like, wow, I have to have it. But what they don't tell them is that it's a model that has like known defects or is selling really terribly because it looks bad. So what they do is they take all the junk that they don't want on their shelves anymore, and then they sell it for approximately the price they were selling at anyway, but because next to other models that are similar, it's so much cheaper, people lose their minds. So people are literally trampling each other to buy garbage, to buy the worst version. The big one I heard from actually a GameStop employee on Twitter, I saw their post. You got a 2500 4K OLED LG B9 series for $1,700. See, that's not bad. But like, for instance, GameStop is doing a big thing about like I think it's a Legend of Zelda Nintendo Switch bundle. The thing that they're not telling you is that the bundle is the old Switch, not the newer model that has like garbage battery life and heats up real hard. So yeah, if you were thinking about getting that, don't. Actually, one of the people I follow on Twitter, one of the other streamers, was really excited about getting that exact bundle, and I messaged him and was like, don't. I was like, if you want a Switch, pay the extra like $50 and just get the one that's actually good. And I'm not talking about like the new Switch Lite or whatever that's like mobile only, not that one. There's actually a new model of like normal Switch. So yeah, it's Black Friday is a thing. It's a thing, but it shouldn't be. And like I said, I worked probably 15 Black Fridays in various jobs in my life, and it's always terrible. Always terrible. Because the company, like when I worked at the music store, the company was always like, all right, these are our Black Friday specials. Put them at the front of the store. It's like, you know, it'd be stuff like, you know, the newest Marvel movie for like $12 on Blu-ray, or, you know, I don't know, a bunch of things. Basically stuff we were losing money on. Not a lot. I mean, the deals weren't as good as they could have been. But, you know, losing a little money on to get people in the store to buy more stuff. But all that ended up happening is they sold out in the first 10 minutes, and the entire rest of the day was people going, false advertising, I'm gonna sue your company, give me the number for your manager. Like, yeah, my DM really wants you calling him the day after Thanksgiving at 4 in the morning. It's really dumb. Yeah, that's all it was. I mean, not all it was, but, you know, there was 50 times more of that on Black Friday than any other day of the year. Occasionally someone would come in and we'd have a poster or something in the window that would be like, you know, all Nicolas Cage movies $2 off or something, and they'd go, well, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for Con Air. It's like, oh, well, we're currently out of Con Air, we sold out of it. Well, it says any Nicolas Cage movie. Yeah, we get that occasionally, but Black Friday was just constant because it was huge signs and the stuff was right up front. Very good impression of the standard customer. You have a lot of experience. Excuse me, can I talk to your manager? Pretty much it. Truth be told, though, like the average like entitled customer, if you want to call it that or whatever, was generally, and maybe it's where I live or just I got lucky, most of the time it was extremely, you could just tell, like, extremely fancy folk. You know, someone that would look around for like a half an hour for the thing that they wanted that was part of a deal that we no longer had. And then they'd finally come up and be like, excuse me, I was wondering if you had this movie or this CD. Let me check. Look in the system. Sorry, it looks like we're sold out. That deal really got it off the shelves quick. We get our shipments in on Wednesdays. Maybe if you give us a call Wednesday night, we can let you know if we've got more in and hold one back for you. Oh, that's okay. I'll just go to a place that actually honors their deal. That's all. Like that kind of thing. It wasn't usually screamy, ragey people. It was usually people that were just, you know, pulled the whole, like, upset parent, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed Like, you know, drive into your favorite restaurant and it turns out that they're closed for repairs or something, and your parents are like, well, I guess we'll just go to this one then. It's still food. Like, it's just one of those things where you're made to feel like a terrible person for no good reason. Yeah, I feel so bad that you aren't happy for about 0.3 seconds. Yeah, and obviously, like, you know, we would be like, well, you know, if you have difficulties finding it, or if you want to hold off, that offer still stands. Feel free to give us a call on Wednesday, and we'll hold one for you if we get some more in. You know, that's how you end it, and they just kind of, like, walk off, like, you know, I don't know if they're upset that they didn't make you mad, or whatever, however it goes. But it's one of those things that, I don't know. As soon as they would leave, you'd turn to your coworker and be like, that bitch, right? Like, just, it was what you did. And like, definitely the music store job, I always joked about kind of being like, working there kind of felt like what's the effect of prison where, like, you make friends with the people in prison, you get to know the guards and all that stuff. So if you're in prison long enough, when you get out, you actually, like, miss being in prison because that's all you know. That's kind of what it felt like. I forget what, like, the term for that is. It's almost like Stockholm Syndrome, but not. It's kind of like that. Like, everyone that worked there just kind of, like, became such really good friends. Not because we necessarily had anything in common. I mean, some of us did. And obviously, we, you know, had good conversations. But a lot of it was just one of those things that was like, I have to be here. You have to be here, too. Let's just be friends, because otherwise it's going to be miserable. It's people that think themselves as the center of the universe. To them, it's a great threat that you'll lose out on just their presence. But yeah, at least they aren't yelling. Yeah. I don't know. I preferred people that were yelling. They were fun. Because at least at that job, the rule was if someone got, like, unreasonably belligerent, your two plans were basically piss them off until they leave or call security. Either one of those is a lot of fun. Either one of those is amazing. My favorite was, like, a 70-year-old woman who was wearing something that I would question, like, a 25-year-old woman wearing, as far as, like, going out in public in this thing. And I told her, I was like, ma'am, look, I've told you everything I can tell you. I can't fix. It was one of those same kind of things where they didn't have a movie she wanted. We didn't have a movie she wanted, and she wanted us to, like, just create it out of thin air because she was 70 and fancy. She got so belligerent, I basically said, you can either leave or I can have security, or I can call security and to escort you out. She called me racist. She was white. She was super white. She called me racist, and I actually had to stop and ask what she was talking about. And she said, you're one of those kids that thinks he's black and you hate white people. I've never in my life openly cackled in someone's face so hard. I had no remorse about laughing in this woman's face. It was amazing. I mean, I was like 25 at the time, 26. So I was definitely much younger. But I was wearing, I think I was wearing, like, black dress pants. And then the company issued, like, it was a polo shirt with short sleeve polo shirt. The only thing I can imagine is that she saw my tattoos and immediately, like, thought that having tattoos makes you think you're black. I don't know. America's a weird place, man. There's a lot of different colors and races and types of people here, and they're all mostly great. I mean, everyone's got their bad eggs, but it's no different from one group to another. And I have no idea what in her brain about me, about this guy, was like, oh, you're just trying to live that thug life. You hate white people. Okay. It was so good. Oh, so good. The worst part is I remember the names of a lot of the people that went off. Even if it was just first names. I'd love to have seen that. Oh my god. It was so dumb. So dumb. Oh, man. I do miss that. Don't get me wrong. When I start this job up, there will be stories. There will be interesting stories of people bringing in, like, 10-year-old pennies thinking that they've become millionaires. People bringing in silver-plated stuff thinking it's sterling. There's tons of stories that come from working at, like, a gold buyer place. But, long story short, I don't think there's going to be quite as many, like, completely out there stories. Going live... Oh. Going live in roughly an hour and a half, Mr. Fun? Wait. You said tomorrow, didn't you? By the way, you specifically, feel free to put that in chat, I mean, if you want to. I mean, I'm gonna say it anyway. Today, probably not. Like I said, my wife and I are kind of doing all my birthday stuff today. If you're still on later, I may stop in, but here in like 20 minutes, we're actually heading out and we'll probably be gone for like 3 or 4 hours. But when I get back, if you're still here, or if you're still on, yeah, if you're still streaming, I'd love to stop by. If not, I definitely will Monday. That is for sure. But, like I said, my birthday, my wife's playing stuff. I can't let her down. I hope you understand. Obviously. What is going on with Twitch? All better.